Good morning, everyone. Today, before I send out our morning announcements, updates, I should say, quick breakfast, kind of breaking the rules today, but I have some bread that's going stale, so I want to use it. So I'm going to make some French toast. Pretty simple. I kind of modify it because I'm the only one eating it, so I don't want to make a lot. Most of the time when you find recipes, you'll find that there are, to make a whole lot, so I'm not going to do that. So I have 2 eggs in a dish. You want to try to pick a dish that a slice of bread will fit into, so that you can, quote unquote, as they say, wash your bread. So I have my eggs. I'm going to add just a smidge of milk. So I'm adding a little bit of milk. And you can add more if you need it. I'm going to add some cinnamon. Now I need a whisk. This is a whisk. So break your eggs up. And whisk up your mixture here. It's a rainy day today. It's Wednesday. By the way, I shouldn't have been saying like the days, because I'll probably use these videos again for my new group of students that I get on Monday, and that's going to confuse everybody. But it is, for now, maybe I'll remake them. I'll get better at it. But it is kind of rainy out. It's supposed to be colder. I haven't gone outside yet. Alright. So again, depending on how much you need to make, all right, so I'm going to, oh, by the way, forgot to mention, I put some raspberries, again, starting to go a little bit, get a little older. They're pretty ripe. So I threw those into a pot, and I added a little apple cider to it, and I added a little honey to it. That's a little trick to use, so you don't use as much sugar, at least not pure sugar. Obviously there's sugar in those things. Apple cider, well, has natural sugar. Honey has its own natural sugar. So you want to, it adds sugar, but it does it in a way that's a little healthier for you. So I'm adding a little butter to the pan so that my French toast doesn't stick. There we go. I had the pan heating up so it's nice and hot, so that way as soon as you throw something on there, you can see it starts to sizzle. But when you go to put your French toast on, maybe turn your pan down to medium. Okay, so I'm going to put the bread in. I'm going to wash it, which means I'm going to let it soak up the mixture. And I should have put my pan closer. I'm learning. This video thing is throwing me off here. So I'm going to put this over here. Throw another one in here. Stale bread is a little bit better because it holds together better and it absorbs the mixture a little bit more. It really doesn't affect the taste or the overall benefits, but it, you know, now when I say stale, I don't mean, you know, crispy stale, falls apart type stale into crumbs. I don't mean that kind of stale, but still just a little bit more stale. So I have 4 on there. I doubt I'll even eat 4. And I'm horrible at this. I hate to waste. So basically, this mixture that's left over, it's eggs, cinnamon, and a little bit of milk, which is basically not much different than, say, an omelet. So I'm going to just pour this on a little on the pan. If I can keep it from running all over. I should have put something there. A little trick, if you get yourself a metal lid like this, sometimes that helps to hold it in place a little bit. The heavier it is, obviously, the better it is. You don't, oops, a little too soon. I was going to say you don't need to leave it on there the whole time, but so that's just going to make some egg, just in case. Because again, remember my goal is to try and get 2 eggs in the morning. So there we go. So now we just kind of let this cook, you know. Okay, so I'm going to turn this up. I had turned this down because you guys weren't online yet, weren't watching me yet. So I'm going to get out my masher. This is my masher. Used to mash potatoes, whatever. You can make mashed potatoes with it. I'll turn this down for a minute. Burn my hand. So you can see here I'm mashing up my raspberries. Whew. Allergies. Don't worry. I'm okay. So this is just making a nice little syrup. Okay. Now you can add a little bit of you add a slight bit of cornstarch to your raspberries. You don't have to. This is kind of an add-on. You know how syrup comes out and it's nice and thick and oozy? Well, right now this is very liquidy. Okay? So that was dumb. So if I add a little bit of cornstarch to this, and let that cook in there, what that'll do is that will help to thicken this up, make it more of a syrupy kind of appearance. Now, a lot of people would probably sift out all the raspberry bits, okay, the seeds and everything, and you can do that. You just get yourself a cloth, some kind of something like that, and you can pour it in to a pot, a pan, a bowl, but put the cloth on top. It'll put the liquid through, but not the seeds and all. I like the seeds. I like it thicker. I don't mind it. So for me, it's fine the way it is. So flipped over my eggs. Let's have a look here. There we go. What we got going on there? Okay. Uh-oh. A little dark. A little too dark. Gonna turn the heat down. There we go. And there we go. So, a little darker than I would have liked. But, I won't. I'll try not to make the second side so dark. And they're cooking away. So I'm at 10 minutes, so I'm not going to keep you forever. But let that cook. Okay. My raspberries are thickening up. You might want to just keep stirring those around. Keep stirring this. Make sure that cornstarch is all mixed in. And we're getting nice and thick. So you can see already, it's a little thicker than what it was. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at our French toast. It shouldn't take much. Yep, see? A little better. Plus, since I cooked it for so long on the other side, I had a chance to cook through. So we're good to go there. Now, if my dietitian were here, she would tell me, oh my, you can't eat all that. And I probably won't. My stomach is only so big. As they say, my pouch, they call it a pouch after you have the surgery. My little pouch isn't all that big. So I can't fit that much. Just putting a little bit of butter. Just kind of move it around here, not a whole lot, but just a little bit. But I can't fit a lot, so I probably won't eat all this. But what I can do, you know, you'll notice like I use butter, I use different things, which people would say, oh, that's really bad. That's very bad for you. That's bad. Don't do that. It's got fat in it, which is true. Very true. Very, very true. However, at this point in my time, that's not a big concern of mine. I'm cheating anyway. I'm going to end up throwing this away. But remember, my bread was going stale to begin with. So it's not that much of a big deal. Throw my eggs on there just in case I want to eat those. Might be able to get them in a little bit easier. Let me get myself a bigger spoon. So you can see here, see how syrupy it is? Helps if I put the camera there. A little bit thicker. So I'm going to take this. No, you're not. Because you're going to get it all over the place, Mr. Finnegan. Pay attention to what you're doing. I'm going to move my plate closer so that this time, when I scoop this up, okay, and I can pour this on. And you can do this same thing. I had raspberries left over. So, for me, this is what I had. You can do it with strawberries. You can do it with anything. It doesn't matter. Bananas. Blueberries. I do it with blueberries sometimes. So, it doesn't make any difference. If you take, and by the way, if you have strawberries or any kind of fruit that is not ripe, like this time of year, things aren't quite ripe yet. You're getting a lot of fruits, like your berries and all, but they're not really in season yet. You take the fruit. If you cut it up, it works a little bit easier if you cut it a little, especially strawberries. Raspberries are already kind of soft and they're not too bad, but if you cut them up and you add sugar to it in a bowl and just let it sit for a little bit, a little while, I don't know, like an hour, maybe something like that, it'll pull the sugar out of the fruit. It'll make it it'll make it taste a lot sweeter and more ripe, okay? You just sprinkle sugar on it, stir it up, just get the sugar coating it, and then let it sit for a little bit. And you also notice it'll start to pull the juices, and you'll get this juice at the bottom. All right, so that's my deal with that. Man, this video ran really, really long. But we only have a couple days left of this class, so I figure, I want to spend time with you as much as I can because I'm going to cry. So I made it a little bit longer. I I'm going to have a banana. I'll cut it up, and I'll have that with it. All right. Talk to you guys a little bit. I'm going to send out an email as soon as this video goes uploaded, and we're good to go. Have a good day.